Hello, and welcome to another Thursday evening program here with the Genealogy Center. We are very glad that you're here this evening, and we're looking forward to tonight's program, where we'll talk about what is new with DNA at MyHeritage, and we're pleased to have a special guest, speaker Daniel Horowitz. Daniel has been dedicated to genealogy since 1986 and was the teacher and the study guide editor of the Family History Project, Searching for My Roots in Venezuela for 15 years. He was a board member of the International Association of Jewish Genealogical Societies for 10 years and is involved in several crowdsourced digitization and transcript projects and holds a board-level position at the Israel Genealogy Research Association. Since 2006, Daniel has been working at MyHeritage, working with genealogy societies, bloggers, and media, as well as lecturing and attending conferences around the world. So we appreciate having him here this evening, and I will go ahead and hand it over and we'll get started.
Thank you very much, Kate. Yeah, definitely a pleasure for me, and thank you very much for the invitation to be here with all of you. I am seeing already people from all over the world, not only the US, and I'm very happy for that. Normally, I will be in Israel, but today I am in Richmond, Virginia, attending the NGS conference, and it was, again, my pleasure to take some time away from the conference and be here to tell you all about the new things that MyHeritage has, mainly on DNA, but I have a little bit of a surprise towards the end, and I couldn't let this be out of today's schedule. So the major thing lately that we had on MyHeritage was the release of this new tool called CM Explainer. And CM, and because we are in the markup of DNA, stands for centimorgans. And the whole idea is to be able to explain or to predict better the relationship between you and your DNA match, or simply any two individuals that have done a DNA test with a very high confidence grade of accuracy. This is a tool that anybody can use. You don't need to have a MyHeritage DNA kit. It's available up there with no problem for everybody. And I would like to show you where and how you will find it to use it. First of all, the URL that you're seeing on the bottom of your screen is the tool to go directly to the URL to go directly to the tool. If you have an account on MyHeritage, then you will find it under DNA, and you will see under DNA tools, and MyHeritage has a few already out there, very famous, and if you haven't tested or tried them up till now, I will invite you and encourage you to do that. That is the AutoCluster and the Chromosome Browser one-to-many. And right there to the left side, you will have the CM Explainer. And the tool is actually very simple. Everything that we're asking you, like mandatory, will be to put the amount of centimorgans that you're sharing with another DNA match or another person, or two of your DNA kits or people that you have. You will notice that we're asking also for your age and the match age, and this will make better adjustments to the predictions or to the estimations. But even if you only put over there the centimorgans, this does quite a good job. For example, I'm choosing 800 centimorgans right there without ages. And the tool is very clear, telling me that this should be my first cousin. And that is a 55% chances that my first cousin, meaning that we share in common grandparents. So this is giving you like the whole picture of how you are related and who you need to find, because the most recent common ancestor is actually the relative that gave the DNA to you, or that just you got their DNA from them. But you may also be a half uncle or aunt, or a half nephew or niece, depending on the situation of your family. Now, the most recent common ancestor, as I said, or MRCA, is the closest individual that you are both sharing. And this, together with a family tree, will give you the clues that you need to find from which side this can be, because we all have 4 grandparents, so you need to analyze a little bit this in order to know if this is from your maternal side or your paternal side. And if it's your great-grandparent, well, then it goes 1 generation up. But this is not all, because if you scroll down on this tool, you will find a graph that will show you exactly the steps or the relationships and how you are related to that person, including the probabilities of each of those individuals. So if you don't know the person, for example, this could be your great-grandchild, but again, depending on the ages and depending on the relationship, this may not be the case. And also in the graph, you can choose to show the percentages of this most recent common ancestor. Now, because not every family is perfect, you may have half relationships in your family. And by showing that half relationship, you need to take into account that half of that DNA is actually what is being shown. So if I know that in my ancestors I have some non-paternal events, or I'm related to that person only by maternal side, I will be able to select half relationships. And then, I'm sorry, this is, yeah, the explanation and the difference between the full and the half relationship. And I will be able to see right here the percentages and the relationship, which is going to change because of that. Now the whole family structure just changed. As I said before, this is a tool that it's out and available for everybody to use, but it will just make sense that MyHeritage will also use inside the DNA matches that we are already showing. So if you have a MyHeritage DNA kit and you have tested with us, or if you have uploaded your DNA test from other companies into ours, this is how you will see your matches. And you will notice that we have changed a little bit of the terminology here for the relationship. And now we are using the CM explainer in order to tell you what is your relationship with a person, with the probability that that is, and the most recent common ancestor, same as I showed you before. Now, before I move a little bit further with this, I just want to emphasize, as I said, I just said it, you could take a DNA test from MyHeritage, and if you're not have tested with any other company, probably it will be good, because right now I think we have very good prices over there. But I'm not from the sales department, okay? I'm the genealogist of the company. So I'm here to tell you that if you have tested with any of those companies in the screen, you should be able to download the information, the digital file from any of those, and upload to MyHeritage. And you're going to get everything that MyHeritage gives also to MyHeritage DNA Kids people. Now, the other thing that we just a few days ago released was a new session or a new number of theories of family relativities. And I can understand you may not know what exactly this is. So give me 1 second because I want to show you what this is all about. Basically, what MyHeritage is doing is taking all the information that we have in our database, and that is not only DNA, but up till today, 19.4 billion historical records and 65 million family trees. And we try to analyze all that information to find the path that will connect you with your DNA matches. This is how MyHeritage will show it to you. Always starting from your own family tree. And please, 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 whenever you have a DNA test, make sure that you have it connected and associated with a family tree, because we will have more information and people will be able to analyze the relationships and understand better how you are related. So you can see that the theory goes up a few generations on my side, and then it jumps to other family trees or other records through the smart matches and record matches that MyHeritage has. And it could be like an unlimited amount of jumps, but probably we try to keep it as shorter as possible. And then we will end this on one of your DNA matches. So you should have theories for specific DNA matches in your list. And here you will be able to get more information of those trees in the middle or those records or your DNA match. And because we have so many family trees and so many records that may have overlapping between the individuals over there, we may find more than one theory or more than one path for you and your DNA match. I have also to say here that sometimes, like in a very specific cases, for example, if you have an ancestor called John Smith that was born in the 1600s in Boston, Massachusetts, well, chances are that we have a lot of people like that. And then the theories may not be 100% correct, especially if somebody has in their family tree something that it's not correct or accurate. But I can already guarantee you the match between you and your DNA is totally true, okay? DNA don't lie. Now, I also need to alert you because, as I said, we just released a new batch of theories, and you will see probably a banner in your DNA matches telling you that you have a theory. Don't get upset if you don't have a theory at the moment, or maybe you will not receive any more in the next couple of months, because this is something that MyHeritage runs every couple of months, as I say, and I will be the first one to say we didn't release a theory probably in the last 6 or 8 months. We were a little bit delayed on this, but the plan is to keep these theories coming to you every 2 to 3 months. So all what you need to do in order to get a better or any theory in the next iteration is to make sure that you have a good family tree assigned or associated with your DNA match over there. Now, when you are reviewing your DNA match with the other person, you will see also here the possible relationships, and you will be able from here to show the diagram that I showed you before. It's a little bit bigger and more clear with the percentages of how you're related with the person. And this is a very long page that we have, and I wanted to show you a few of the areas below this, because again, the idea is to be able to identify that common ancestor, that person that gave the DNA to both of you, you and your DNA match. And if you don't have a good tree over there, it's going to be more difficult to do. But if you do, then it will be easier to identify that person, especially if your tree goes back many generations. Now, the reason I brought you here is because I don't know how many of you know, from here, you're actually able to go into the other person's tree. In this case, let's say this is Brian Jansen, and he's my DNA match. He has a good family tree on MyHeritage. So I want to click there to view the full tree. And you will notice that Brian's tree is now very colorful. In fact, you can very easily identify his grandparents, maternal, paternal, and from all over. Now, this is something that we also released lately and kind of associated with the DNA, because we are coloring only the ancestors, the direct ancestors of the people. And if you don't have it already activated in your tree, I will show you how to do that and how cool that is. This is my own tree, and you can see me and my wife in white in the middle. By the way, descendants are colored in purple. And you see the blue line is my paternal grandfather, my green line is my paternal grandmother, kind of pink is maternal grandfather, and the yellowish is my maternal grandmother. Very clear, right? After grandparents, we keep color steady. Now, right up till here, you will say, well, okay, this is not that helpful, but let me show you, and especially if you imagine that you are navigating my tree and I am a DNA match with you, you really want to know how we are related. So when you navigate the tree, you may lose that path and that connection. So here is an example of my maternal grandmother, and you see that she had a lot of ancestors and aunts and uncles, but you can very easily identify the direct lines, meaning the people that gave their DNA and how their DNA went from them to myself. I'm already pointing out here where you can display the explanation of the family color coding and where you can activate or deactivate. I can already tell you also, in order to activate this color coding, you must be identified in your tree. Like, you can only do it on your own tree. If you have a tree where you are not identified over there, then this doesn't have any meaning, because we will not know what is your ancestors. And that was not the only one we did. We also improved the indication of blood relatives, and not because we wanted you to scare with the word blood, but blood, it means also DNA. So whenever you have a blood relative, is somebody that is a direct ancestor of you and also gave his or her DNA to go down the lines until you, at least for the 10 generations. So if this is somebody else's tree, you will be able to see that indication, and you will understand that this is a relationship of the other person. So here, for example, this is a direct ancestor of the site manager, whoever it is. So better indication on the relationships. And by the way, I don't know if you notice it, and probably today a lot of the people hearing us are hardcore genealogists with as many years probably as I in the field. I still struggle with this first cousin once removed or third cousin 3 times removed. So we decided also to simplify those terminologies and going only to first and second cousins. So no more remove, because remove means that is one generation down. So it means that instead of being, for example, my cousin, it's my father's cousin or my grandparents' cousin. And that is way more clear to me and to be able to imagine and visualize it than in order to tell me, oh, yes, this is your third cousin twice removed. I have probably no idea what do you mean. So all this is in order to make your work analyzing your DNA matches easier. Now, if you allow me just one more minute, I said I had a surprise for all of you. And the surprise is not related to DNA, but I would not be able to finish this presentation without mentioning what we just launched 2 days ago. And that is a new app, both for Android and iPhones, called Reimagine. What we did here was to put in a standalone app all the tools that we have created up till now for improved photos. And yes, you can do all that, colorize, enhance, animate, repair your photos on the website. On the MyHeritage app, you also could add audio recordings to the different images. But what makes this app totally different is, first, you don't need necessarily an account on MyHeritage, and you don't need to have your family tree on MyHeritage. You can use this app only for your photos independently with no problem. But we added here a technology that is not available anyplace else, that allows you to scan multiple pictures, like in an album, in one shot. So this is the case. I have selected here the option to scan. You can see that I have a bunch of pictures that could be either on the table or in an album. The scanner will scan and picture that page, will identify all the photos, will save them, and will allow you to move just in case that we didn't detect all the borders of the picture or the frame properly. You can adjust that, and just with a click of a button, each of those multiple pictures are going to be saved individually in your website. So yes, you will have an account on MyHeritage, but both on the app and on the website. So everything is backed up. Once you have finished scanning all your albums, multiple pages, multiple pictures, we will offer you the technologies that we have until today to colorize, to enhance, to animate, and to repair the photo. The idea is to make it easier for you to improve those historical photos and to share them with other people. Now, this is just a new release that have a couple of days out. We're already hearing feedback from people out there, and we are already working on new features and new improvements in order to give you more tools. So I really encourage everybody to go to their mobile store, whatever type of device you're using, and to download Reimagine app and start processing historical family photos and improve them and share them with other family members. So I'm gonna leave it pretty much up till here. I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of questions out there. I will be more than happy, Kate, to answer any questions that you have. And if you don't have, if you have not asked your question, this is a perfect time to do it.
Thank you very much. So we do have some questions. And one is, someone says that their maternal family is from Slovenia. And they're wondering, will I be able to see someone who has tested specifically from that country?
Okay, so definitely yes. And the reason what I'm so confident saying that is because MyHeritage is selling DNA almost in every country of the world. And I can already tell you there are only two exceptions, France and Israel. And the exceptions for selling DNA over there is because country laws prohibit the selling and giving DNA services in those countries. But even though we're not selling in those countries, I can already tell you, I know how, okay? I'm not gonna say I don't know how, because I know how. People from those countries are still finding their ways to buy DNA kits. They do wanna have their DNA tested, and you will find matches with people literally from every country in the world.
Thank you. Let's see. So we have a couple of questions on the theory of relativity, and one is asking, how can the theory of relativity work with DNA results of adoptees?
Well, it's definitely not going to work, okay? Because we will show you a match, but because your family tree will probably be built based on your adoptive family and not on your biological family, it will be almost impossible to find a theory for you. Now, I do know that sometimes some adoptees know the details of their biological family. So if you have in your tree, and MyHeritage tree also allows you to have biological parents and adoptive parents, and even better than that, foster parents. So you have like three set of parents that you can have. If you have biological parents, and we will take only those in order to try to connect you with a theory. So it's not impossible, but you need to have like some information about your biological family.
Sounds good. Let's see. So the other question that we had on the theory of relativity was, this person says that they've had about 10 or so matches on the theory of relativity for a while, a little over a year, but now when they're filtering to receive those matches, they're getting no results found, and so they're wondering what might be happening or how to retrieve those matches.
Okay, so yes, the theories are being run already. I think it's 3, 4, 5 years ago since we start having these theories. And one of the things we lack of doing probably in the last year was cleaning up those theories. What do I mean by that? It means that some people decided to delete their trees. Some people decided to delete their DNA from the database. And of course, whenever you got a theory or even a match and you try to contact the other person or you try to see their trees, we had to display a message saying, sorry, that tree is no longer available, or that user is not anymore in the database. So one of the things we did this time was to clean up past theories. So if you had a theory before, or even a simple match, and the other person decided to delete the tree or delete their DNA kit, you will not find that match and that theory anymore. I agree, very disappointing. That is why I will suggest you, whenever you see a theory or a match, do a screen capture and make sure that you collect all the information that it's available there, because same as records, actually, Today you see it, tomorrow you don't, okay? We have no say on what people do with their own trees or with their own DNA, and MyHeritage is very clear on that. It's your information. It belongs to you. We're just the repository or the place where you can use the tools and share with other family members. At any moment you would like to delete or remove the information, it's totally up to you and you can do it.
Great, thank you. And our next question, this person is asking, can you upload a family tree from Ancestry to MyHeritage?
Yes, you can actually upload a family tree from any other platform. The way you're doing that is through a GEDCOM, which is the standard format to move family trees from one place to the other. You just need to download a GEDCOM, and then you go on the website and you look under family tree and you upload a GEDCOM to MyHeritage. Specifically with Ancestry, I have like a request for you to do. Whenever you are exporting that family tree, Ancestry offers you to privatize the tree, meaning leaving individuals' details will not go into the GEDCOM. Please try not to do that. MyHeritage takes privacy very seriously, and we will not reveal living individual information to the rest of the world. But if you don't bring to MyHeritage the living individuals information, simply a little bit harder for us to get you the matches, okay? Because those matches could be done through living individuals. So make sure you don't select to privatize the GEDCOM. Again, this is my suggestion and request, but it's totally up to you.
Okay. And then jumping off of that question a little bit, someone else is wondering if there is a limit as to how many people you can add to your family tree by uploading the GEDCOM file.
Good. So no, there is no limitation. I have seen GEDCOMs coming up 50,000 individuals also without any problem. But, and again, I'm not from the sales department. I'm a genealogist, so I'm here to tell you everything and anything. MyHeritage is a freemium plan, meaning you can start for free with a limitation of 250 individuals. So whenever you're uploading a huge GEDCOM, the website is going to frozen your tree, meaning you will not be able to add, remove, or change information in your tree if you don't pay for a subscription. And we have different types of subscription. The biggest or the best one, it's called Complete, and it's about $200 a year, but we always have discounts on that. And that will give you both the records and the family tree and the matches and everything. If you don't want to pay that much, I will be with you and I understand. Just take a Premium Plus account and take advantage of the library edition that the Allen County Library offers you. The MyHeritage Library Edition will show you all the records, and you can just download them and copy them from there and add them to your tree. So there's really no need to pay that much. And yes, my boss knows that I'm here saying that, so I have no problem with that. And also, if we're already mentioning the Allen County Library, I will invite you all to come to the library next week. We said that on Thursday, right? Thursday
Yes.
the 8th, in 1 week, 7 p.m. You're all invited to what we have called the MyHeritage Gathering at the Allen County Public Library. There is no specific subject. There is no lecture. I'm just going to be sitting over there with a bunch of friends. You're more than invited to come, ask any questions, just say hi, and that would be more than fine. And that is right before the German Genealogy Consortium conference, which is going to be right there in Fort Wayne, Indiana next weekend.
Yes, so on our website, if you go to genealogycenter.org and scroll down to that blue box for genealogy events, you'll find the information for that event. So like Daniel said, we invite you to join us on Thursday. And let's see, so we have a number of good comments about the Reimagine app, and people are excited about the photo restoration features.
Excellent.
So we have a couple of questions. So one person's asking, do you have to have an account with MyHeritage to scan photos in the Reimagine app?
Yes, it can be a free account, and whenever you are downloading the app, you have two options. Either you log in with whatever credentials you have for your current account, or you create a new account totally free. In order to scan albums, we will give you a couple of prize. I'm not sure exactly how many pages or how many photos that is, and then you will need to pay in order to scan unlimited pages and photos. And if you already have a complete account on MyHeritage, you will be able to scan a little bit more pages, but at the end, yes, it's an independent technology, yes, and it's an independent price.
Sounds good. So, and on the app, another person's wondering, what is the resolution of the photos that are produced within the app?
That is a very good question, and you're going to love the answer. I don't know. I do know that the enhancement technology actually multiply, I think, like 10 times the quality of the picture of the face whenever you're enhancing faces of people in the picture. But I think that it also depends on the resolution of the camera. And if you're like me with an iPhone 5, probably the resolution is going to be a little bit crappy. But if you have an iPhone 14 or the latest Android, whatever resolution your camera will allow you to take, that is the resolution that we are saving the image. And then we may do also some enhancement digitally. But it's not always good to trust the digital in like zoom or increasing on DPIs and dots per inches that you can do on the photos.
So let's see. Jumping back to family trees, can a person have two separate trees with more than 250 people in each tree?
No. The limitation is actually per account.
Okay.
And one account can have multiple websites, and one website can have multiple trees, and no, the 250 is per account. So yeah, no, that will not fly. Okay. Sorry for that. But good try. Yeah.
And let's see. So are all of the features for DNA available, or do you need to have a paid premium account to use those, like if you upload?
Yes. So either if you upload, you will be restricted to some of the features. One that I know by heart, for example, is the ethnicity estimation, which is the graph that I have on my back now. And then you can pay a one-time fee of $29 per DNA kit. Now, if you're like me that has a bunch of DNA kits over there, it may be more convenient to get a complete account. And then with the complete account, you will get all the features for all your kids up there. And that is also valid for MyHeritage DNA kits. You will need complete accounts in order to be able to enjoy all the features that we offer.
And jumping off of that one, so we have someone who's wondering if the theories of family relativity, if that tool is available with a free account.
Well, again, I have to be honest, I don't remember.
Okay.
Okay, I think not. I would think not. Okay, like we will tell you that you have a theory of family relativity, but probably in order to go in depth and to see how you are related, it will require a complete account. And again, I'm sorry, remember, I'm not from the sales department. I'm very good explaining how the tools work. I don't know if you need to pay or not for that.
Thank you. And then we have one more question. So we have someone who's wondering if there's a link to the Reimagine app on MyHeritage and if it will work on a PC.
Definitely no. This is an app. Okay, you can go to myheritage.com/reimagine on your PC and you can see information about the app. But when you click anything on that page, it's going to take you to the App Store or to the Google Store for Android. The whole idea is for you to take advantage of the camera on your mobile device whenever you're visiting a relative and somebody just shows you a photo album that they discover, to give you the tools to right there to use the camera. Another feature of this app is to be able to use the microphone and to record stories attached to specific photos that you can either yourself tell the stories, or one way that I found very interesting of using this is when, again, you're finding this relative and the relative is showing you the picture, then hit that record button and record the other person telling you the story of the image, who is in the picture, when and why that picture was taken, or what are the memories or the history of that moment. That is the idea, to be able to take advantage of the tools in one hand. In the other hand, I have to admit, this, like, today, more and more people are managing all their genealogy from their phones. Okay, their family trees, their DNA, the records, everything. And if you're commuting, chances are that you're using your phone more and more every day. So we want to bring the best tools to you, the palm of your hand, to allow you to do better genealogy.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of great comments, and people are excited to explore the app and explore all of the new DNA tools.
Please,
so we really appreciate it.
Make sure whenever you download and you use the tool to rate it and to give us feedback, because that's the only way that we can improve. And we love hearing either success stories or problems that you have with our tool. So go to the store, wherever you download it, and rate it and write a comment over there. We would love to hear it.
Thank you. So I just wanted to mention, if anybody has any questions after the program today, feel free to send us an email, and it's genealogy@acpl.info. So we'll stick that in the chat. And if anyone would like a copy of the chat from the Zoom webinar today, we'll be glad to send that as well. So thank you again very much, Daniel. We really appreciate your time, and we hope everybody has a great evening.
With pleasure, Kate. Again, thank you for the invitation. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.